Hello everyone. Time for another little, I wouldn't quite say rant, but I feel after certain comments that I've seen on various videos I've made over the years, I just need to try and put things into perspective a little. And there was one the other day about this one. I recently made a video of the first attempt at starting this, and I don't know how long it is since it was last run, but it must be a long time. And I got it to the point where it was ready to give it a try, and I cobbled some exhaust pipes onto it just to sort of make it sound a bit more like it should than if it just had flames and stuff coming out the ports and making a mess. And I filmed the entire attempt to start it from start to finish. There was no editing, nothing was cut. I didn't start the machine up front before I made the video, and that's witnessed by when it does finally start in that video. You can see like a brown puff come out the exhausts. So that really was the first attempt. But it made me sort of, well, raise my eyebrows and maybe laugh a bit or wonder quite what some people expect. I don't know. There was a comment about it. It started up and it ran quite well. But apparently the carburetors were out of sync and it was only running on one cylinder at low throttle openings. Well, I know that. It was obvious to me and anybody else who's heard an engine running, a two-cylinder engine running, that it was only running on one at low throttle openings. But it was the first attempt to start it. Now, if you want to see something start, first kick, and run perfectly, I think you need to be watching something probably presented by someone wearing a jaunty little hat worn at a funny angle on their head, something like that, where perhaps a team of about half a dozen people have worked on whatever they're discussing first, and they've had several practice runs and decided that when we film it, it will start on the third kick. With me, if it starts in however many kicks it takes, and you will see that. If it starts first kick, well, I'm as surprised as anyone else. If it runs perfectly, well, that's my work made a lot more easy, isn't it? But the whole point is, I like to keep it real, and sometimes it could probably get a little bit tedious, and you know, if I've got to give something, I think I had to give my sports cub 25 kicks not long ago before it fired up after about 3 or 4 years, but that's the number of kicks it took to start it. I didn't edit out the other 24, and if something runs poorly or sounds crap or needs adjustment or whatever, I will show it as it is, because I like to keep it real, and that's just been my ethos all along, is what you see is what really happens and is what you get. And if I make a mistake, I'll show that too, because I'm not Mr. Perfect TV presenter with hundreds of thousands of pounds of production company behind me or anything. This is one man doing what he loves to the best of his abilities, and I suggest that if you want to hear things run perfectly every time, to the point where you might even start to think, surely no one's ever that lucky. Well, I think you need to be watching something else and somewhere else. But round here, if things clatter and smoke and protest a bit before they start, or maybe don't start at all, this is the place to come. Performance Classics. We're in the real world, and we tell it like it is. Thank you.